Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And well, I'm continuing my look at The X-Files. Yes, season 1. And this is episode 2, Deep Throat. Oh, yes, that title is very much synonymous with the Watergate era. You remember that great massive political scandal? No, it's not a porno. No. Right. Let me get into it then. This was transmitted on the 17th of September 1993 on Fox Network, and then on the 24th of September 1994 on BBC Two. Yes, that's the UK angle. Now, before this, I say we had pilot, and the next one after this is Squeeze. Also, this is the first episode where you get the introduction, the wonderful X-Files theme, and Mark Snow then composed the music, throughout the series. And there it is, that iconic tune. Hey, Bayek, there it is. Now, this is 45 minutes long, which is 3 minutes less than the pilot. Yes. Written, once again, by Chris Carter. And it's directed by Daniel Sackenheim. I think that's it, Sackenheim. Very much a TV director. Just lots of episodes and TV films. So he does a good job here, as he should do. I'll get into the cast now. We've got David Duchovny, as usual, as Fox Mulder, and we've got Gillian Anderson playing Dana Scully. Then we've got, this is important, we've got Jerry Hardin as Deep Throat. He had such a big career as well. He was in Cujo, Big Trouble, Cujo's 1983, Big Trouble in China, 1986. The Firm, yeah, that's a quite important film. He was in that from 1993. And there's such a lot of TV series that he's been in, and I think he's retired now, I think. But yeah, he's certainly a face that you recognise. The character Deep Throat here is, well, it's the beginning of a story like theme that is going to go throughout the rest of this season. And he plays this role really well. I say it's crucial to the whole mythology of the X-Files. And now, next, we've got Michael Brian French playing Paul Massinger, who is the pilot of this. He was in The Glimmer Man, 1996, the Steven Seagal fiasco film. Well, no, I won't say anything. It's Steven Seagal, isn't it? Yes. And he was in lots of, TV series and TV films. Then we've got a name that you might know, Seth Green, playing Emil. He plays these similar kind of characters. One of the UFO kind of people that are involved in this. You get them in there, which is good. You always see both sides on this. And films he was in, My Stepmother is an Alien from 1988, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original feature film, 1992. He was in the 3 Austin Powers films, 1997, 1999, 2002, where he played Scott Evil. Yes. and he's just appeared in all sorts of things. But yeah, he adds a certain part in this film, which we all love. And yes, then we've got Gabriella Rose playing Anita Budas. She was in now a film that I talk about and love, The Stepfather from 1987. She was in Time Cop, Van Damme classic. Brilliant, one of my favourite of his films from 1994. And now this is just I had to smile when I saw this. Apparently, she'd made appearances in Rising Damp. Yes, the comedy series on ITV between 1976 and 1978 with Leonard Rossiter. Yeah, Miss Jones. Rigsby. But just, she got a massive TV series. As it just, when I saw that, I just had made me smile. And yeah, that's going off the track, isn't it? But there she is. She's in this. Now, filming locations again were all around Vancouver, and an actual air base was used as well, Air Force Base, which adds more to the authenticity. Again, it always looks so good, doesn't it? The X-Files and the locations. I can't talk enough about the locations. They're fantastic. And that's why Canada, I think, is used and popular to do TV series. It's all there. It's amazing. It really is. So let me just talk what the story is, the outline of the story. The episode starts in quite dramatic fashion before we go into the actual X-Files theme tune. There's these military police, and they're raiding this home of Colonel Robert Blidasa. Blidias. I gotta say it. Anyhow, he's the colonel, yes, and he's behaving rather erratically in a very strange manner, and also is covered in all these sores, and he is a test pilot at this military base. And then we get into the theme tune, and then of course 4 months later, he's moved on, and we've got Mulder and Scully, and they've come across this case. Now, one of the things about this case is that he's gone missing. Nobody's talking about him. And it turns out there are 6 other pilots from this base who, again, they've disappeared. Nobody's talking about them. And the FBI haven't been called in. It's all a bit of a mystery, and Mulder has latched on to this. And he's very keen, I think, to, he's certainly got his own theories about what is going on here. And of course, Scully will be following him and just, doing her reports on this case. But the real important part is that before he goes there, he comes across Deep Throat. Deep Throat makes a warning to him that he should really not get involved in this case. It's not a good thing. He said he can supply more information in the future, but really he shouldn't. But you know what he's like, Mulder. He's not going to be put off by that. So then they begin their investigation into what exactly is going on. They also come across people who are very much believers and into UFOs, because what it all comes down to is that Mulder, I think, is convinced that alien technology is being used by the military on their aircraft and these tests that are taking place, and we get these sort of pictures, the images that we've seen, and it's again confirmation that there has been alien contact, or they've got UFOs, or you've got all this, and you've got this community of people who are UFO believers as well, and we get into that. It's always good to see the other side. But I think what happens with this story, which I really like, is it gets to sort of a certain conclusion, is that as happens, I think, throughout this series, is that Mulder thinks he's got the answers. He thinks he's near there now. He's going to get the answers, and then it's taken away from him. You feel sorry for him because what happens is that there's two bits to this. You know something sinister is happening when you get these like men in, well, they're like the men in black with the sharp suits, destroy their films in the camera, warning them to leave town. You gotta leave, get out of town. And then, of course, when he does get on the airbase, he finds, we see what has happened is that they get hold of him and put gaps in his memory, basically. They do something to him. And so you feel sorry for him because he can't remember what he has seen, and he's seen all these sights of the alien, what looks like the alien aircraft. It could be, might not be. But the technology, which is definitely alien, he lost that. He's lost that, I'm afraid, because they've done that. And you do feel sorry for him because he's always so near and yet so far. And that just happens. And I think David Duchovny plays it so well. And also, you can see now his relationship with Scully. It's also, she's there helping him to some extent. And she's somebody to lean on, but also still provide that rational, skeptical approach, which she does, and she has to make a report on all this. But when you look at the deeper themes of the series, especially with the Deep Throat, it's quite clear we're looking at conspiracy theories, and of course conspiracy theories are very much with us today, and they developed quite a bit. I think particularly with the internet. In the 90s when this was out, there wasn't the real internet like it is now in a mass way it is in our lives. And nowadays, conspiracy theories, right there, and we've got certain people talking about deep state. And this is very much into that there's a state within the state who control things. And Deep Throat is perhaps going to open that up. Absolutely amazing. It really is, to see all this going on. And the X-Files was very good at doing that, at these themes. And I think in many ways that was its strength. It never quite gave you the answer, but it suggested certain things they could be. And you drew your own conclusions, though you might say, well, it's obvious from what they're saying, but it's very good. And the trust no one slogan is very much here already. And even the FBI may well be under some sort of illusion that they are controlling things sometimes, but they're not. They're just another arm of the government, and perhaps don't know about what, or certain people in the FBI may be party to it, but the majority are just agents doing their job, but perhaps being manipulated as well. All these questions are there. And this is only the second episode of the X-Files. You've already got it. It's going to build its own mythology in the series, which is fantastic. And this is why you fell in love with this series. And the country did. Not the country, but a lot of people, a massive audience, expanded onto BBC Two, really got into the series, which of course eventually got it on BBC One. Amazing. Absolutely. And I love it. Watching it again, I can see why this appealed so much. You just want to keep watching more and more episodes. You do. Oh, yes, you do. Anyhow, before I go, I just show you this again. There it is. Here it is. Wonderful box set with 24 episodes on. And it's from this big box set that I've got. And it's one of my treasures in my collection. Oh, big 9 seasons in there. Yeah. Wow. Anyhow, that's it. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and then we'll let you know when I produce these videos. And also have a look at the playlist and see what else I do. I do film reviews, nostalgia-based things, new films, all sorts, really. Just have a look. And if you like this particular video, please give it a like, because then it gets it out onto YouTube and hopefully onto algorithms, and people might like it, or perhaps they won't. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I really do love to read your comments. And I say, all cost note, you can't say fairer than that, can they? By heck, you can't. So, ready for the next one. That's coming up next week. So, all I gotta say is, I'll see thee again.